welcome back to SmartSpeak English. You know, sometimes you just get asked something like, well, you just don't have the answer, right? It happens to everyone. But just saying, I don't know, can sometimes feel a bit, I don't know, flat.
Yeah, maybe a little basic or even abrupt, depending on who you're talking to. So in this deep dive, we're going to tackle that. We've been looking at the source material, and it gives us some great native-sounding alternatives.
5 of them, actually.
5 different ways to say, I don't know, basically, but with a bit more nuance. Make your English sound more natural.
Exactly. So the plan is to, unpack these 5 phrases.
Yeah.
Understand when you'd use them, why you'd pick one over another.
And we'll use the specific examples from the source material to really see how they work in context.
Right. Let's jump in then.
Okay.
So first up, we have one the source describes as really polite and versatile. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure.
This is kind of your all-purpose option. It works in, well, almost any situation, really.
It softens things, doesn't it?
It does. It's less direct than just, I don't know. And it often sort of hints that maybe you could find out.
Makes you sound helpful, or at least willing.
Exactly. Like the example given, someone asks, do you know what time the meeting starts?
And you reply, I'm not sure. Let me check.
Perfect. Polite. Helpful.
Okay, moving on. Sometimes you're not just unsure, you're like completely blank.
Ah, right. For those moments, the source suggests, I have no idea.
Yeah, this one's definitely stronger, more expressive.
And more informal, too, the source says.
Definitely more informal. It shows you really don't know. Like, zero information. Sometimes there's even a bit of surprise in the tone.
Okay. So you'd use it when you genuinely couldn't even guess.
Pretty much. The example they used was, where did Jake go?
And the answer, I have no idea. He just disappeared.
See? It captures that feeling of complete mystery you couldn't possibly know.
Makes sense. Okay, now for something really casual. The source mentions, beats me.
Huh? Yeah.
Beats me.
This is super informal. Very native sounding, but you've got to be careful. Right. Save this one for friends, yeah. People you're really comfortable with.
Absolutely. Your buddies, maybe close colleagues you joke around with. Definitely not your boss, probably.
It kind of says, I don't know, and honestly, it's not really my problem.
Something like that. It's light. The example nails it. Why is the internet so slow today?
Beats me. Just a casual shrug, basically.
Exactly. A light way to say you're in the dark, too. All right, next one. Sometimes you might want to add a little humor when you don't know something.
Oh, okay. What's the phrase for that?
The source suggests using I'm clueless.
I'm clueless. I like that one. It sounds kind of funny, a bit self-deprecating.
It is. It signals you're not taking yourself too seriously about not knowing this particular thing. It can lighten the mood.
So when would you use it? Like if someone asks you something technical.
Yeah, that's a good example. Like the one in the source. Do you know how to fix this printer?
I'm clueless. Yeah, I can see how that works. Manages expectations. Maybe gets a little
Right. And finally, the source points out one with a bit of a regional flavor.
Ooh, which one's that?
I haven't got a clue.
Ah, okay. That sounds quite British.
That's exactly what the source notes. It's a common preference in British English. Meaning-wise, it's very similar to I have no idea.
Just conveys that complete lack of knowledge, but with a UK feel.
Precisely. So if you're aiming for that kind of sound, it's a good one to have.
The example was straightforward, wasn't it?
Yeah. What's the answer to number 5? I haven't got a clue. Simple as that.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. We had, I'm not sure, polite, versatile.
I have no idea. Stronger, informal, truly no information.
Beats me, super casual for friends.
I'm clueless adds humor, lighthearted.
And I haven't got a clue, similar to I have no idea, but with that British touch.
Just trying out 1 or 2 of these alternatives can really make a difference, you know?
It really can. It's not just about knowing more words, is it? It's about choosing the right word for the moment.
Exactly. Who you're talking to, the situation, it all plays a part. It shows a deeper understanding.
It's fascinating, really, how these small choices in language affect how you connect with people, the impression you make.
It really is. It's about more than just vocabulary. It's about understanding the cultural nuance behind the words, building rapport.
So maybe think about which of these feels most comfortable for you to try. Which one fits your personality, your situations.
Yeah, adding that little bit of nuance, choosing the right phrase. It's a really significant step towards sounding more natural, more native.
Absolutely. Well, if you found this deep dive useful, please do give us a like.
Yeah, and share it with anyone else you know who's working on their English.
And definitely subscribe to SmartSpeak English so you don't miss our future deep dives.
And please, if you have questions or maybe doubts about using these phrases, or perhaps you know another great alternative,
let us know in the comments below. We genuinely love hearing from you and answering your questions.
We do. Thanks for tuning in.